Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Toledo, along with John Hiley, Vince D'Alessandro, and Daniel Grom. Today, right now, we've got Sal Giuliano from Dent Gear. Well, he left us right now. Oh, there he's
No, I'm ready.
He's quick. He's back.
I was walking in on the intro there.
He likes to dance off screen where nobody can see him.
Hey, welcome, Sal. Welcome. Cool. First time on the show, dude. So
thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you guys for having me.
And you can, and everybody, you guys, it's my fault. I didn't tell Sal he was going to be on video. So he had the microphone ready for his computer, but no video. So we'll do with what he's got. We got him on his phone right now, at least some video, and we got good audio. We got audio, decent audio. So we're ready to roll, Sal. So how you been, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Just getting ready to see what I'm doing next on that next step in life over there in Denver. Trying to move our company over there.
Hold on, back up. You're moving?
Yeah.
When
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But listen, Daniel's good at taking over on this part. Daniel, you got your typical questions, dude.
So actually, I've known Sal for a long time. But for people out there that don't know who you are, if you can tell people a little bit about where you came from and a little bit of history, how you got into PDR.
So when I was in high school, my junior year, my dad bought a franchise, got a door ding in a car, and my brother-in-law managed a body shop back in the early 90s. So he bought him a franchise from Dent Masters, who was out of Oklahoma City. They did a big thing here in SoCal. And I was still in high school at the time. So my junior year to senior year on my summer break, I'd ride around every once in a while with my brother-in-law. He'd teach me what I was doing with dents. So as soon as I graduated high school, straight to dents. Done nothing but dents since then. We got into the tool manufacturing because we used to have to pay about 25 grand a person to train them back in the day. And my dad didn't want to pay that again. So he offered to make tools for the Dent Master franchise in exchange for training our own guys. So we ended up doing that. He owns a big sheet metal manufacturing facility here in Riverside that they do nothing but airline work, Boeing, stuff like that, Sony, Panasonic. Big client. So since then, we'd travel around back in the 90s doing dents. Dollar Rent-A-Car would fly us around wherever they had a problem with their turnback systems. I worked 5 years in Hawaii, 5 years at JFK, not full time, but I go for 9 months out of the year is their turnback system. So out of that 9 months, you'd work 1 to 4 weeks on of that month. So it just depends on, the load. And then I got tired of traveling, got into full-time tool manufacturing.
Wait a second, you got tired of traveling to Hawaii?
Yeah, it gets old after 5 years. You wouldn't believe it, but it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sal, so now you're doing did dents. Now you're into tool making. So how did that come about? I mean, how did that company grow? How did you get that going?
So I got tired of traveling. I said I never got to really see my family a lot. My wife, we had just had our first kid, so I said, I'm just going to go full time with the PDR Tools. And I've done that up until about the last 2 or 3 years. I've gotten back into doing dents again last 2-3 years, which has been really, really fun. Really fun.
Yeah, I think you're doing a lot of hail though, right?
Yeah, back into the hail. We do hail, dent repair, door dings, all of it.
All right, well, cool. So now lately, you've come out some cool products, and one I just got today, and I just did a little quick look at it and showed it on PDR Tool Time Revolution, which I'm sure the guys over there checked it out. Why don't you? Looks like you already have it in your hand.
Yeah.
Tell us more about it.
So this is our platinum puller. This is a long time thought of doing this, and then just seeing a couple ideas out there, bringing them all together and making a puller that would just bring everything together, where you don't need this for that and that for this. It's got many different options on it. Most importantly is this spring feature, which enables you to control the snap of your pull. If you got a larger dent, you don't want to snap it too hard. You just want a soft pull. Put it on your soft setting, and it gives it just a nice springy bounce. But if something's really sharp, you need to tighten it down. You need to get that center out of your dent. It's not coming out. You just keep going down with this double nut tension there, and then it gives it like a nice.
There you go, John. Hit. John was wondering, because he was wondering if it's going to be too springy for him. He won't be able to get that snap that he wants, and that just kind of answered his question. Is that correct, John?
Yeah, no, it goes from top to bottom, so he can move it wherever he wants it.
Yeah, that is. Sorry about it. Yeah, that is. I love the feeling when I'm slide hammering of metal to metal. And excuse me there, I was just doing a PDR Tool Time Revolution group video there. And I like to hear that. Let me hear that again there, Sal. That is what I got to have in a slide hammer, man. That snap that you hear right there. That clank of metal hitting metal. Because I'm here to tell you guys, a slide hammer is designed to snap that dent. You know what I mean? You're designed to shock that damage. And I was going into detail about this today, and just the feel of the metal to metal on a slide hammer, I just freaking love it. I don't like how they're putting rubber washer garments, that it's softening or muffling it at all. Yeah, I mean, I want to feel that chink when you hit it with a slide hammer, and I honestly feel that little bit of snap that you feel right there, like hitting a brick wall when you're snapping that slide hammer, gives you a little bit of an edge when it comes to dropping and shocking the center out of a dent. And I love them.
Now, Sal, why don't you, how heavy is that total, and how long is it?
Total weight, without the box or anything, 4 pounds.
Okay.
So what you've got is a add-on weight that is a ½ pound. Get it out of here.
Okay.
Got that little ½ pound weight. We've got a 1 pound weight. Comes right off.
So that shaves 1.5 pounds off of the total weight of the slide hammer.
Now, for guys out there that aren't watching the video, basically he's unscrewing the slide hammer part, and it's into 2 parts.
The back end.
Yeah.
And
so it's threaded in here, internal, external.
Now, Sal, the finish
male
on
and female.
The finish on it is very nice, man. I mean,
Thank you.
I'm looking at it. It's really.
Those are chrome plated.
Yeah.
You had mentioned nickel. What chrome plating is nickel base with chrome on top.
Gotcha.
So it's both.
It's really.
That's kind of a signature thing with Dent Gear. All your tools are chrome plated, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think we're the only one. One out there that does
Sal,
that.
can you tighten the tension of that spring right there? Is that a spring that you can tighten the tension on it?
Yeah.
So I'm not, I like the springs, and I will tell you though, you guys who out there who are using the springs, you can make, it's more of a, I hate to say this because I'll probably get made fun of by these guys, a tugging type pull. Like a pull tug is what you feel when you have a spring on there. So I like the idea that you can actually tighten it up, because sometimes you don't want that tugging sensation. It's like you're hitting it.
You know where I use that is when you have those really small, light little dents.
Waves.
On the rails or whatever.
Yeah, and you just need
Light waves.
You need a heavy pull. You want a kind of a light pull. And
I'm sorry.
You can do that with that.
You know what it reminds you of? If anybody's ever tried this, if you guys got one of them old door jammers that's really loose, the old ones with the metal hook on the front and the one on the back, what causes the door to move? If you ever try to pull a slide hammer on there and you have movement on the door, you actually get the same effect as you have when you get when you have a spring on the end of the slide hammer. It's like 2 things happening at one time, so the actual glue tab sticks longer. It's like actually hard to pull it off because it doesn't snap it off. It's like a slow tugging.
Your tab will stay on there longer.
Right.
Now, Sal, what kind of end do you have on there that goes onto the tab? Is it a pass through or is it?
We have two types. So let me show you also. So the standard weight that comes with it is 1.5 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can get 3 pounds. You can technically go to 10 pounds if you wanted to. You know, you just keep screwing in forever. But what these have is, this is the horseshoe one. You know, that normal, I think everyone has. There you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the normal one. And then I can run and grab one, but you'll see it on our, like
Mike's got one.
That's a pass-through. And we've got some tabs. Grab them right here.
Really good, guys. I mean, so I'm catching up with the listeners. It's kind of like, what is these little ball rings kind of design? And Sal's going to talk about it. If you drop it on your finger, you're not going to smash your finger as if it was like flat all the way around.
Yeah.
So that's good. I already tested it. So, I mean, it's
that is a good feature. So
yeah, the little hand web pinch.
Pinch your skin.
Yeah. So you're not going to smash your finger like you normally would. So
yeah, I put a V down there, so it pushes your finger out of the way. Way better.
Yeah.
But it comes in those system, and what this rubber band is I met a guy on the road who had showed me, I think it's Thomas Goodsell. I don't know if anyone knows Good Luck. But he had shown me, he had put a rubber band right here around his tab thing, so when he hits it and the tab breaks off, it doesn't go flying, and you have to go look for it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really neat feature he had showed me there.
So it does come with the, I mean, it doesn't come, you could either buy it through the pass-through or the just one-sided open, one side.
Yep. I made 200 of them. I made 100 with the horseshoe style and 100 with the pass-through style.
Are you considering, or is there a reason why you didn't make an unscrew option at the end so they can decide if they want to put one or the other?
That'll be a version 2.
Can I tell you guys?
2.0. That's smart.
Do you know who originally invented this concept, don't you? The spring and the slide hammer? Like who came up with the very first?
I thought it was Bryce Rockhill.
That's who it was. It was Bryce Rockhill. He was the very first person that started putting I forget what kind of springs he was putting on there. He would tell you to go to the automotive store and buy a certain type of spring. And gosh, I remember he was making posts about that back on the Doording.com days.
Oh, wow.
And I was trying that stuff back then, and this is before the Pool Dog came out, before Sal's hammer came out. Bryce was talking about it, and any of you guys get a chance to meet Bryce, very innovative guy, and he is good. We actually, I'll tell you what, back in the day, I'm going to give you guys a little tech tip. When he was doing that, he was talking about Harbor Freight used to have a wood glue. Okay, it was this brown wood glue, and he called me over to his shop. He was working at a Mako in Indianapolis, and I went in there, and I'm telling you something. You would glue that glue onto a car, Sal, and you absolutely could not get it off. It was harder pulling than any glue that we have on the market today. He was taking a mini lifter, and he had it was a Mako, and they had this old Cavalier there with a big old buckle on the door. He was bridging the whole mini lifter out, buckling the entire whole door in, and it would not let loose this Harbor Freight wood glue, and then they stopped making it one day.
Wow.
So somebody needs to find a last little piece of that left in the universe and reverse engineer it.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah. I have to say, Sal, though, I'm happy with it. And I'm gonna tell everyone publicly.
Thank you.
This is probably the best thing I've seen you make. I mean, I know you make other stuff. I've seen it. It's very nice. It's very nice. And I know Daniel Brown, if he gets his fingers on it, he'll tell you too. So
yeah, I want to send him one of those and some tabs. Maybe I'll send you all one of these.
Yeah, you should.
This would be a good deal.
Hey, we got this recorded. We got this recorded.
Vince will tell you too, though. Seriously, dude. But you guys have to agree with me. It's once you get in your hand, you're gonna like it. I think you will.
Aesthetically, I think it feels really good.
I like the fact that you can change the weight. I think that's really important because I have 3 or 4 slide hammers, and they pick them for the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
that was the whole reason. I got tired of traveling, carrying around multiple hammers. Now you just need the one.
I think the throw's good on it, Sal, too, because I was afraid I was going to add weight. I was going to lose throw, but it's not. You made it smart enough where it's still passing through.
Yeah, it's got a pass-through system.
Yeah.
And for all of our audience out there that's wondering why it would be important to switch weights or be able to add weight to it, one of the things, if that thing is super, super light when you're doing hail damage, if it's too heavy when you're taking a little bitty tab or a small tab and you're pulling it, it's just going to rip the glue away from the panel and you're not going to pull the dent if you use too heavy of a slide hammer. So a lot of times you want to use this, like you want to be able to hit the dent 5 or 6 little times and kind of work it like a dent, flexing it out so it's nice and light. But then you want to jump down on a big dent, slap on a couple of them weights and crank it out. You know,
And
so
one thing I see that's going to be really useful is with Cola Fria, because I don't have the original Cola Fria slide hammer, and
Yeah, you're right.
the added weights, being able to add weights for a bigger dent and getting that snap on the Cola Fria, I think that's going to be really useful.
Okay, Sal, I got it. I got an idea for you. Okay, because a lot of guys are using the slide hammers now for Cola Fria, but you need to come up with a round metal tab that will on your version 2 that you can switch out the tab, a metal tab, not a plastic tab, a metal tab that'll screw on a flat tab, and then we can put the cold glue on it and then use that slide hammer in conjunction with that, and it'll be perfect. So
Those things are really awesome too. Those things work great. We can do that. Definitely.
well, that's just an idea right off the bat. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on, what else you got going on that's kind of new out there?
Let's see. We've got these are those tabs, those square tabs. Only got about 100 feet of them made, prototyped.
Now
What they have.
Oh, you got okay. He's showing us like it looks kind of like an I-beam.
mhm.
And it's like
Almost
the
like a
track
glue
system, but
straps.
you've got a groove on
Mhm.
yours, which I really
Yeah,
like.
similar like the old Worth crease tabs. So
Yeah.
it collapses in on itself and pulls.
And it really pinches that metal and gives you it really takes that crease out really well.
Mhm.
Okay, I want some of those, Sal.
Hold on
Okay,
a
I'll
second.
send you a pack.
I'm personally going to contest because I came over to see. I'm going to turn on my blinds here.
That's
I
what I've
went
been telling
over-
you by text message.
He's gonna look like
Now
a
there is a
hold on.
learning curve to these,
I'm
and I
gonna
had
do
to. I showed Mike a little while back. Is because of this crease, you're going to put a lot of glue in there. You got to let the glue set up. You go to yank this under a minute, you're probably just going to yank the tab out. But get it a minute and a half, and you're going to just get an awesome pull.
Yeah, it
That's what I was
takes
gonna
longer
say.
for that glue to dry down, right?
Yeah, it's got to set up.
It
Yeah.
does, and it yanks hard. Yeah, I mean, it takes.
You've
a
tried
while to
them
set
there,
us up.
Mike?
I have. I was with him when I tried them, and when he first sent them to me, this is important because you listeners, if you buy these, you have to know that they do take a while to set up. They're not like you put them on and yank. So Sal goes, no, let me show you. So he does a demo for me, and we couldn't get it off. So
It put at least a 4 to 6 inch dent.
I go, let me try it. And I yanked it. And he goes, well, thanks for messing up my truck, man. Now I got to, thanks for letting me fix my own truck.
We
man."
put 2 big mini lifter feet marks. None of us were there even paying attention. We're just sitting there. Why the hell won't this thing pop off?
Yeah.
And we look, and there's big old feet marks. They were like, oh.
Nice.
So yeah, that's and what glue? I don't know if I left, but what glue we're using?
It's our black Dynamite glue. I had a guy come up with a name for it, but I shouldn't say it. But it was pretty funny. I sent you the video of it.
Didn't you have some clear glue though, like a milky glue?
Yeah, that was some. It was a Mafia glue, Mafia Tools from Germany. That's some stuff I had for you there. Had you try. They're out of Germany, a tool company, and has some really, really good glue. I was happy with it.
I really like what I'm seeing coming out of Germany, man. Those guys are making some nice tools.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
anything else, Sal, you got?
Z German.
We've got our new Batwing lights. Those are really picking up sales tremendously.
Do you have any pictures or video or anything here?
I don't.
You know,
I can walk
I'm
out to our
really-
shop real quick.
Send me some photos if you
Well,
can. We'll put it in there.
You know, I'm really surprised that more companies don't do what Sal's done with. Are your lights powder coated, Sal? The greens and
Yeah,
the
here's one
blues and
right
all
here.
that.
I got
There you
2
go.
here.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
How do I switch the camera on this thing? Hold on real quick. There it is.
There we go.
So they're here. This one's
Don't
going
go-
to a country I've
stop.
never heard of.
Sal,
Loznica or something.
Sal, slow down the camera. You're moving
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
There you nice and steady. There we go.
nice and steady.
Where's that going, Sal?
I think it says Loznica. I've never heard of the country.
Nice. Loznica. Loznica.
I'm sure shipping wasn't cheap.
So you guys, I would really, if you're listening to this and you want to really visually see what we're doing, you should go on our pdrtooltime.com, go to episode, what episode is this? 36, guys? This is 36.
I think this is 35, actually, Mike.
35?
I'm quite
I thought
quite
Kevin Hill was
sure.
35, right?
Ooh, maybe
No.
so. Yeah, maybe I'm
This is
behind an
36.
episode because I know that
This is
we
okay.
and guys, just a heads up, we do edit the videos a couple days after the podcast releases. So usually it's later on that week because we like to hook you, man. We like to hook you in on Tuesday, and then we like to hook you in on Thursday, and then if we get a chance, we're gonna try to hook you in over the weekend because we're gonna be releasing things in our PDR Tool Time Facebook group, man. We just trying to hook you. We full of entertainment.
So Sal, so I'm assuming you're getting ready already for MTE this year.
Yep.
And are you going to have the normal size booth that you have every year?
Yeah, they kind of moved us a little, and our booth is ill-shaped. It's shaped so weird. So we're going to make best of it.
And this is this is one of the reasons you want to go to MTE and go see Sal in his booth and pick up some of his tools and actually put them in your hand and look at how thin his tools is. I bought a whole set of hand tools because I've never found a hand tool so thin, so strong. I mean, I don't know what you're doing to get those things so thin and strong, but they're my go-to hand tools. I absolutely love them.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Thank you.
I like a lot of the. I tend to go with Dent Gear Tools because they're rigid. You know, Mike knows I like rigid tools. The first thing, as soon as he's like, "Hey," hands me a tool. What do you think of this tool? Better not flex.
Yeah, it's got to have that drive.
No,
Are you forging those tools there, Sal?
No, I wish I could find someone to do that for me. But years and years of searching, I've never found anyone.
Yeah.
But they are heat treated. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
Yeah. Yep.
Heat treated.
And what they are is, Snap-on doesn't make one tool out of stainless. This is tool steel. This is the tool that you're supposed to make tools out of. So over years, you develop your own little niche on how you do things, and we've got them dialed in. The old It's Dents RS tools, which are a lot of the shave tools, were originally before we're just trying to copy those because those were some really awesome tools back
I actually don't even want to use my slide hammer. It looks so nice, dude.
then. Get you a glass box for it.
Mike won't.
Yeah.
You better send him like a raw one. Like
I know.
send him
That's what
like
I
an
told Send me a one that doesn't have any finish on it, man. Show up.
Have him have him sandblast it and then send it off to Mike, man. Then he'll use it.
There you go.
Yeah.
What I was going to say, Sal. So I hear in the grapevine that you are moving. Is that correct?
I am. I'm not sure where yet, what part of Colorado, or I'm pretty sure it's Colorado.
What prompted this? Why
it
you
the
moved?
Our lease is up here in, let me see, end of October.
Is it the
And what
Texas,
we've got,
California
in my
Texas?
opinion, you got a couple hundred guys that live in the SoCal area. They'll come to your shop back and forth that are Dorting guys that we get random walk-ins. We don't get that many walk-ins. Maybe a couple a week, couple of months sometimes if it's really slow. But, during December. But in Denver alone, there's 400 hail guys that live in just that little area. So I think if we go set up shop there, I do hail. That's what I used to run, with our Dent company had 30 techs. Tom Price used to manage it with us. We trained over 100 guys back in the day over the years, just flying around the country. Just get back into doing some of that, but locally in Denver, because that's, you don't have to travel in Denver.
I didn't
that
think
sounds
about
smart.
That, Sal. That's what I was going to say. That's pretty smart because then you could be like a hub right there, and everybody can just locally get the tools right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So Sal, when you say you lost your lease, your dad as well? And
I didn't lose my lease. I signed the lease
oh, I'm
for
sorry,
3
not
years.
lost, but
Yeah.
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 So
And
is
it's
your
up.
dad moving out too, or just you out of your section?
My dad sold his business 3 years ago.
Oh wow, it's been a
Mm.
while since I've been there. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years.
Hey, I'll give you guys a heads up, and I'm sure you probably know this, Sal. I got a whole nother building that I'm turning back in lease, and I actually found out that you actually got to send them a letter of an intent to vacate. A lot of times leases have something in the fine print that says you've got to send them within a couple months an intent to vacate with a date and all that stuff, and give it to them, because I kind of got screwed over in one of my buildings that I was leasing. I had to pay an additional 2 months because I didn't know that a 2-month requirement. I just thought when the lease was up, I could say, "Hey, my lease is up. See you guys later." Oh, wait.
I told them already that I'm not renewing, but I haven't done it on paper.
Yeah, I'm like, wait. At the bottom of the lease, it says there has to be an intent to vacate. And, you know, the landlord had all the right. I mean, I signed it. I had to pay the extra couple months for that.
Wow.
Good. That's a good tech tip.
Yeah. Read the fine print.
Yeah.
so you're jumping. The whole operation is going to be transported to Colorado. Huh,
I'm
great.
pretty sure that's how it's going now.
Yeah, because you
Now,
have
are you taking a bunch of your workers with you?
Yeah, you had a handful
Yeah,
of workers.
I have to. And I'll
Yeah.
pick up some out there. You know, not everyone can move. So
Right.
Sure.
it'll be what it is.
Yeah.
is Big John going
Regroup
there with you?
what's that?
Big John going out there with you?
No, his wife said nope.
Oh, yeah.
So he's you saw that shop I was working at up there, Swift Appearance in Victorville.
Yeah.
Beautiful shop.
Yeah.
He is up there working with him,
Okay,
rolling
cool.
around the Inland Empire.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool.
cool.
So he finally got to go do Dent's full time, which he's always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's always, he was under way. I wish I was pushing Hill right now.
Yeah, that's Johnny. Yeah.
You know,
So let me ask you this, Sal. What's some of your biggest sellers in your tool line that like somebody else doesn't necessarily have?
Our shave stuff outperforms everyone, in my opinion. You know, we run out of it. When we get it, you got to get it. Or a couple months, it's going to be gone. We're setting up shop now, so that won't happen anymore. We've kind of reconfigured a couple things, how the processes are done. But our shave wires are thinner, stronger than anyone's out there. They'll go where no one's does.
Mm.
Yeah, and I can test that. That's very true.
Yeah. I like your saber tooth tool, that double bend. It's got a little sharp pick on it.
Yeah. We've got the Dent Olympics the last 3 years. The winner of the Dent Olympics, three different people, which was 2 of them was same person, but each different year was a different person. They've all used our tools to accomplish their win there at the Dent Olympics. So we've got a 3-year running where the champion has used our tools. And we've got a section on our webpage for the most common tools that these guys are using over and over. And then our ML2, our economy lifter, won the glue pulling Olympics this year also.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice.
You know, the interesting thing about Sal's tools is that they are, and Vince is trying to talk. He doesn't realize that he's got his mute button on, but hey, it's all right. He can just keep on going, right? Keep on going, buddy. I'll jump in there and take over for you. Sal's tools are very reasonably priced. So if there's anybody out there who is looking and getting into the industry and they're not looking to, just rape their bank account, I mean, Dent Gear is a great a deal as well. I mean, how are you so much less than everybody else? You just cutting your margins? I mean, I would almost think that you could.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I could imagine you could price your tool.
John,
I hate to tell you this,
John,
but you might be too
John,
cheap.
shut up, John.
You know what I mean? I'm honest. You might be too cheap on stuff. You know what I mean? And
We've got a couple. We're gonna try to add in the next year. I've been trying for 2 years, but instead of plastic dipping our handles, we're gonna go to an injection molded handle. We'd like to do that. Make them the super, like the Ferrari line of tools with just the chrome, the perfect handles with possibly where you could screw in on the side also, screw in, or a quick, type of release.
I think that's
in and out.
I think that's a good move because I've gotten some injected molded handles, and I have to say I really do like them.
I think they're really nice. I think
especially for your
most
hand.
comfortable ones I like are the A ones, those Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Really
the
nice.
Quicksilvers are by far the best ones out there. Blem makes ones, but they're a little bit too flat, I think.
Yeah, A1's more ergonomical.
I'll tell you what, more companies need to go to the extendable handle on the door tools, because to add an extension to your handle on the door tools, you go from a little bit of drive to massive amounts of drive, like
it's
that.
A different way of pushing.
It's like pushing butter from, so a lot of companies, I think, in the future need to take their door tools, chop the ends, and at least make an availability to put an extension on there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, there's a lot of good little tech tips ideas out here for the tool makers right here, dude. So maybe we
good little tip I learned. Our stainless steel knockdowns that
hold on,
metal on paint.
Sal, hold on a second. Are you going into tech tip right now? Is that what you're doing?
Sure, I can do that.
Hold on. Do we got any more questions for Sal before we go into tech tips, guys?
No, I think we pretty much covered his tools that we're talking about here, and
All right.
the move
I
to
just wanted
Colorado.
mention how well they're made. They're fantastically made. I don't buy a lot of tools, but I usually go for quality and longevity. And I still have the original mini lifter. That's the only mini lifter I use, is the Dent Gear one.
We sell a lot of them.
I came into your shop one day and you saw my mini lifter with crappy feet on it. You're like, give me that thing. Let me put some new feet on it.
Hey, he's seen my mini lifter on some video and the feet dangling around there, and he's seen that too. It's probably like, some random photo. He's like, hey, tighten them feet up, son. Tighten them feet up.
It bugs me. I hate feet that do that.
I should bring my mini lifter out here and dent, because I never tightened them up yet, man.
I still kind of like it because sometimes you're on uneven.
Yeah, I'm like rocking it, and I got this technique where I can just shake it out, and like they go bam, and then I drop it on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I shake too bad anyways.
Since we're on that subject,
we could tell from your camera, your video of your tools.
If you happen to have a mini lifter, but your feet suck, I would definitely contact Sal from Dent Gear. Get the feet. If not,
the biggest endorsement is from Tom Price. Tom Price is the glue pulling king, and he loves your mini lifter.
Yeah, he's been a mentor throughout my whole life, my whole PDR life. Maybe 4 years into it. I think this year will be 25 years I'm doing dents, and I've known him since my third year. It's been changing.
I haven't actually heard from him. I haven't heard from him since he's been on the show, actually. So that was.
He's in Fargo right now.
Hey Sal, I got one other question for you. I want that balloon tip back, man. Give me that balloon tip tool back. I want it back.
Hello, Sal.
It looks like Sal totally was frozen.
He ran out of data.
Let's see.
Weekend at Bernie's.
All right, guys, that's going to be the last question we have before
you guys don't even know what I'm talking about, huh?
No, but Sal looks like he's shocked. Sal almost looks like he's shocked in disbelief that you even asked that. I mean, he hasn't even moved since that question was asked. What did you do? He was like,
you listeners, we got Sal, and he's frozen like Weekend at Bernie's, dude. So
you pull a Bernie.
We'll get him back in here in a second.
Yeah,
but I made a balloon tip tool that was forged back in the day, and
he's gone.
And I gave it to as a prototype to Tom Price. And I call up Tom Price. I go, hey, what do you think of that tool?
Tom Price.
And he goes, I didn't like it. I gave it away. I go, what do you mean you gave it away? And then I find out Sal is the one who he gave it to. And Sal sends me a picture of it the other day and I'm like, I want that tool back. Give it back to me.
Yeah, I know. You tell me about that.
We're all doing our imitation. We're all doing our imitation of Tom Price on Mike Toledo's video.
You're sliding down all the time, dude.
Sorry, man.
We'll start calling him Wilson Grom. Wilson Grom.
So, anyways, until we get Sal, it looks like he's trying to come back.
Yeah.
Well, we move on to tech tips.
We're going to hold on a second. We're gonna wait for him to come because he was gonna say a tech tip.
Well, now it looks like
his
Sal's phone is
His
dead.
phone is dead.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Phone
all
died.
right, man. We juiced
That's okay.
everything
We
out of
will-
them we possibly could. We juiced them pretty good, guys.
Okay, let's move on
Okay,
to
well,
tech
his
tips.
phone died. We're gonna get into tech tips. Here we go. Let's go. Okay.
Hey, stop sucking eggs. It's time for PDR Tech Tips.
Boom.
I snuck that intro in on the last podcast, so
That's
was
the first time I've heard it, man. That sounds good.
That was awesome.
and
I like
everybody
the
wants to know
unique
who
stop
that chick
sucking
is,
eggs.
Who that Asian lady is with the accent? That's my wife right there. So
Mhm.
that's what she usually
Hot
says.
Asian lady. Mike and his hot Asian ladies. Lady.
One of them.
And one of them.
Oh,
Oh.
just kidding. No, just kidding. But anyhow, here we go. Tech tips. Who's gonna lead this one off? So, my turn, guys. My turn. Who is? Unless someone else has got something before me. Can I take over the screen?
Go ahead.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm going to share my screen here. Let's go right here. Okay, guys. For all you mobile guys who need something that, can you see? You know what I'm looking at?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's called the Greenco Super Strong Folding Step Stool for kids and adults, whatever. You can take this, pack this up in your truck if you guys have a lot of, or your car. This will fit real snug. And what is cool about it is that you can see the little step stools, how it folds just like that, folds down like that, and then you can store it however you want. It's quick, it's easy. Anthony Chavez, one of my past students, he actually sent me a link, and I said, that's a good idea. Really cool, and it's only $10.99. I'll have the link up on our PDR Tool Time podcast, number 36. Greenco Super Strong, $10.99 Prime. You can have it in 2 days, and it's a great little step stool, sit down stool. Do whatever you need to do your dance with, and packs up easy. So there's a tech tip right there.
Dude, so you've actually stood on that, Mike. So all I see is little kids on it, buddy. What's the weight limit? Come on.
Weight limit is, let's see here.
It looks like I'm going to crush through it when I step on it. But if it's
No,
sturdy,
adults and kids.
Oh,
Actually, it's really sturdy. I have one.
300 pounds. 300 pounds.
Wow, dude. Wow. That's awesome. That thing looks like it would, it's like a Lego building or something like that. But to carry 300 pounds, that is
I know.
sick,
That's
man.
pretty cool. So
Now, I'm going to take my time for a tech tip and ask everyone to go on to our PDR Tool Time Facebook Revolution page. And we have a poll going, and we have awards to give out at the MTE this year. And it's going to be a special award that everyone's going to love. And a lot of people have put down there, things like Best Beard, John Hiley, which is being outvoted by everyone. However,
yeah, everybody voting for my beard.
That's right.
The
It's a killer
beard. Hey,
beard.
fear the beard.
Really, the only person I think that might compete with you would be Wade Hartley for, beard wise.
Ooh.
And
Gene
only
Fetty's getting up
because
there.
He's able to grow it overnight.
Gene Fetty's getting up there, dude. He had major
Gene Fetty.
beard. He had major beard. He's going to love when I say this. Major beard envy when I was at his birthday party this year.
Oh, dude.
He was
Was he
drinking a little
stroking the
bit.
beard?
He would start drinking. He'd start looking at me. He'd be like, hey, man. He's like, man, that beard is really nice. Then he would take my wife aside. He'd be like, man, John does have a nice beard, doesn't he?
But really, what we do need is,
Tell them the categories.
the categories are Best Glue Product, Interview of the Year, Best Accessory, and Best Tool of 2016. Those are really the categories that we have
That's good.
awards for. And some people, I think, are shy or scared to name people. But we do need you to name people because we're counting on your vote for 50%. Actually, I think it's 60% of the vote is going to come from our audience.
It's 49%.
49% will come from the
And-
audience.
Yeah, and we're 51.
And
we have the
51.
final say.
Yeah.
Please get on there, make a suggestion as to what you think the best tool of 2016 is, the best glue product, the interview of the year, and best accessory. And
We got Sal back.
because we don't want to pick it ourselves. We want to make it unbiased as possible.
Well, they're good. Hey, yeah, get out there and vote, you guys.
This is the way we roll.
Sal, welcome back just in time, man, because we're finishing up our tech tips. So,
Yeah, I was watching you guys there. That's how long it takes for an iPhone to reboot.
Right on, man. So, Sal,
So
now,
I got a tech tip.
all right.
So my tech tip is to take your now I don't know if we've talked about this before. So I have two glues that I've been working with that I like a lot. And it's the new Trax glue, the turquoise Trax glue. It's like the color of your hat, John, and tab weld. And I've been cutting the sticks in half, and I alternate the sticks, and you'll get a blend of the two glues, and the blend works really, really well. So if you have a couple of your favorite glues, try blending them and see what you get in results.
Now, what Daniel means, though, you're cutting the sticks straight down in half, sticking them together, right?
No. I'm just cutting them in half. And you put a stick in, and they start to blend in
sure
to each other.
You could probably do quarters if you wanted to. I mean, technically.
That's funny because I had tab weld in mine, and now the next one's coming through. It's that blue glue. I think it's called Glue Trax, or that turquoise glue.
Yeah.
Craig Dyer from Manson he was telling me that's what he does. He has his morning glue, his afternoon glue, and his evening glue, and he cuts them up in different lengths and feeds them through the glue gun, depending on what time of the day it is.
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, you're up. What's your tech tip there, Sal?
Okay, so I've used our stainless steel knockdown for years, which is just a pencil-looking a knockdown. It's stainless material, 3/8 diameter. Back in the day, I fired a tech because he just kept going on them. They have a tendency to damage the paint at times. And you test it, and if it works, you keep using it on that panel. But sometimes you'll test it and you'll get a nick. Well, that Tessa tape, you just put one little piece on top of that, and you'll never. Well, I use it daily. I take a piece off a day, on and off, but it does not break through. It doesn't leave any of those stupid little ring marks, when it leaves a divot in there. And it knocks down unbelievably flat. I don't care if you got I high spotted, and it moves that metal magically. I don't know. That's why I love those stainless ones. But now
that's a good one.
Not damaging the paint anymore. And I don't know if anyone's mentioned that before.
No. That's something I'm going to try.
Yo, hey, did you guys know you can pick up that Tesla tape off of eBay for like $5.90? Did you guys know that?
Or on Dent Gear.
Oh yeah, for $19.99.
Actually,
I don't sell that cheap.
Actually, you gotta be careful of that because I ordered some off of eBay and it wasn't the same tape.
I ordered it and it was the same tape, but I'm thinking about calling it tactical tape and putting it on my website. I
call mine tough tape.
Tough tape? I'm thinking about calling mine tactical tech tape, $29.99.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think that's a wrap, guys. So, thanks, Sal, for coming on, man. We do appreciate you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you guys for having me, and I'll get those slide hammers in the mail to you.
And hang out for a minute until we close the show, and we'll talk to you.
Sure.
All right, guys. We are out of here.
All right, Trooper.
And remember,
Cadet.
Level up your tools.
Join the revolution.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do twice, guys.
Or even